Okay, good morning students. So in today's class we will study the complex permanent tissues. We have already started the chapter named plant tissues. Okay, in plant tissues, the plant tissue is broadly classified as meristematic, and permanent tissue. Okay, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. The meristematic tissue are the tissues that can divide. The cells of this meristematic tissue can divide, and that is what leads to the growth in plant. Whereas the permanent tissue, they cannot divide. They have some other functions like support, photosynthesis, transport. Okay? Whereas the meristematic tissue, they divide, they grow, and that is the only function they perform. But at one stage, after continuous division, they will stop dividing and they get differentiated. Okay, differentiated. They get differentiated to permanent tissue. What is the meaning of this word differentiated? It is nothing but taking a particular function. A group of cells will come together and they will say like will perform a particular functions, or they'll get a particular structure. To give you best example, when we are born, we are born from a single cell. That single cell will keep on dividing and finally you will get a human being. Okay? But the single cell has to get converted into different types of cells like nervous cells, your stomach cell, your brain cell, your eye cell, your mouth cell, your ear cells, then your reproductive cells, then circulatory cells, different system. So that is what we call as differentiation. A cell turning into a particular structure and performing a particular function, that is what is differentiation. We have already seen meristematic tissue where they are found. They are found at the apical region, that is at the tip of the plant. This is the apical region. Now as they are also found in the apical region of the roots. These roots, they are also found in the apical region. Apical region is the tip. Okay, if you see this tip, this is the place where you will get meristematic tissue. Okay. They can divide. They are always tirelessly working. They keep on dividing, and that is the only function. They are fearless. Means fearless, to give you an example, this root tip, it has to go inside the mud. Without any fear, it will keep on going inside the mud, inside the soil, in search of water. Okay, so this is about your meristematic tissue. The cells here are very small because they keep on dividing. There is no time for the growth of the cell, but they keep on dividing and helping the plant to grow overall. The cell will not increase in size, but it will make the plant to increase in size by continuous division. Then we also saw about permanent tissues. The permanent tissues are tissues which has lost the ability to divide, and they are derived from the meristematic tissue. Permanent tissue, we have already seen, can be classified as simple permanent, and the other one is complex permanent. Okay, simple permanent and complex permanent. So we have already seen the three types of simple permanent. I had shown you all different fruits to give you an example where exactly they are present. The simple permanent was divided into three types, that is parenchyma. The second one was collenchyma, and the third one was sclerenchyma. Okay, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Now the parenchyma we had already seen. This covers almost the entire part of the body. You can say almost 85% of the cells which you will find in the plant will be made up of parenchyma. Now in parenchyma, the things which we have to remember is the storage and what is the function they are performing and where they are present. Similarly, in all the three types, at this we have to know where they are present and what is the function. Now in parenchyma, they are mostly present in, I had shown you all different fruits like banana, apple, kokum. So they are present in, mostly they are present in fruits, but also in the stem they are present at the pith and the cortex. Now what is this pith and cortex? If you take a cross section of a stem, cross section means, what do you exactly mean by cross section? Cross section is, now if you cut a thin section like this, okay, or I'll show you here. Okay, this type of sections are cross section, means you are observing it in this direction, and the other one is transverse section. So cross section if you take, you will see something like circular. Now this parenchyma are present in this region, okay, and in the cortex region. This is the pith and this region is the cortex. So here you will also find parenchyma. The function is, so where they are present in cortex and pith. The function is storage. The function of parenchyma is storage of food material. Whatever the food is prepared by the plant will be stored by this parenchyma cell. Now there are some modifications in parenchyma also. Sometimes this parenchyma gets modified. Okay, we have to know about only two modifications. One is when these parenchyma cells contain chloroplast or chlorophyll. I'll rub this. You have got what is pith, PITH, and the cortex. So these are the places where you can find parenchyma cells. So the parenchyma sometimes they get modified. The parenchyma, they can modify themselves, and if chloroplast or chlorophyll is present in parenchyma, so I just read parenchyma plus chlorophyll. So when parenchyma contains chlorophyll, it can also perform the function of photosynthesis. Such type of combination and this cell combined with the parenchyma cells combined with chloroplast or chlorophyll will be called as chlorenchyma. Okay, a parenchyma cell with chlorophyll is called as chlorenchyma, and they can take the function of photosynthesis. They can prepare the food by the process of photosynthesis, and photosynthesis you all know it is the method which the autotrophic animals or organisms use to prepare their food. Okay, so this was about the one category of parenchyma. The other one is, so parenchyma plus chloroplast gives you chlorenchyma. The other type of parenchyma is the parenchyma with air cavities. The parenchyma with air cavities will be called as Parenchyma. Okay, parenchyma with air cavities will be called as parenchyma. Now what is this parenchyma? Parenchyma is parenchyma plus air cavities. Now why we require air cavities? The air cavity will help the plant to float. Now the word float means these plants are mostly aquatic plants or plants which grow in water. That's why parenchyma cells will have air cavities, and these cells are called as parenchyma. They are present in the aquatic plants. So it will help in floating. So this was about parenchyma. One more point you all remember, the cell wall. Okay, cell wall is made up of cellulose. Okay, I'll just rub and write it neatly, all the 4 points. The cell wall is made up of cellulose. So I'll write neatly here, parenchyma. Okay, you can mention it 85% of the plant, or more than that or less than that, but maximum is parenchyma. First one, parenchyma, it is present in, where you find it? In fruits, cortex and pith. Cortex and pith, just diagram, small diagram. This is pith and this is the cortex. The function is storage. We also have parenchyma and chlorenchyma in this. And the last point, the cell wall made of cellulose. Okay, now cellulose fibers, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. This was about parenchyma. The second we will see about chlorenchyma. I am just rubbing it so that I can write it neatly. Cholenchyma. The colon word means glue. Glue, the Fevicol, the gum which we use, the old example of gum, Joker gum. The colon means glue. Now why we use glue? We use glue to support anything. So the function of chlorenchyma is support. Okay, I just write the function is for support. Now where they are found? Where we find is chlorenchyma. Okay, chlorenchyma is just mostly present below the epidermis. Okay, found below epidermis. Now what is this epidermis? Epidermis is nothing but the skin of the plant. Just like we have our skin, the skin of the plant which covers the entire plant, which protects it from germs or worm or water during rain, that is epidermis. Just below the epidermis what you will find is the chlorenchyma. I am just trying to remove the epidermis of this, although what I have removed is not exactly the epidermis. The thin layer if you get, then only you can say it is the epidermis. If you peel the plant properly, this is the epidermis. You can say this as the epidermis, although it is not exactly correct. I had shown you all in last class what is epidermis, and they are present mostly in dicots. We have already studied about monocot and dicot. This is found in dicots. Similarly, you can also find now this function is for support. You can also find in the petiole. You can also find chlorenchyma in petiole and the midrib and the veins. So found below epidermis in petiole, midrib, vein. Got chlorenchyma. There are some cells which has chloroplast and they also perform photosynthesis, but this is very rare. Now where they are present, it is present below the epidermis. Now if you take this as the stem, this layer can be, you can say as the epidermis. I just write properly, look like stem. This is the epidermis. Now they can be present below the They are present here below the epidermis. Okay, just below the epidermis. What you find is the collenchyma. Now they can be present in a long stretch of cells or also in patches. You can also find them in patches. Okay, so this is about collenchyma. The last point we have to know is the cell wall. Now each cell wall is has different chemicals. Parenchyma cell walls are made up of cellulose. Similarly, we have our collenchyma. The cell wall is made up of, it has cellulose, hemicellulose, plus a very important thing is pectin. Okay, now where this pectin is present, they are mostly present at the edges. If these are the cells, at the edges what you find is the pectin. The cells are very closely packed. There is no intercellular space in this case. In collenchyma there is no intercellular space, but in parenchyma, if I draw their cells, this is parenchyma. I am coming back to parenchyma. If you draw cells, they have intercellular space and the cell wall is very thin. Here you have pectin layer in the edges and it is thick because the function of it is support. When the cell wall is thick, they will function and they will give protection and support. Got? Now these two, which we have already seen, that is parenchyma and collenchyma, both are living cells. Living, although they cannot divide, but they are living. Losing the capacity of dividing is from mesmatic going to permanent. It does not mean they have died. They are living, the only thing they cannot divide. So these two are living cells. Whereas the third one, which we will study now, which is known as sclerenchyma, they are made up of dead cells. Okay, they are made up of dead cells. The sclerenchyma, they are made up of dead cells. Now where these dead cells are present? They are made up of dead cells. So just remember, parenchyma and collenchyma both are living cells, whereas sclerenchyma is made up of dead cells. So let us see, when it is dead, they don't have any other functions like photosynthesis, transport. The only function they can do is protection and support. It will give strength, it will protection, it will protect the plant and it will support. It gives strength to the plant. Okay, so let's see where it is found. It is found in all the dead cells. Since it is dead cell, it is found in seed coat. Now this is a cashew seed. Whatever coat you can see outside, or the inside there is kernel, which is made up of living cells. From that living cells you get the plant. The plumule and the radicle will arise from inside. So this outer coating of the cashew or any seed is where you can find sclerenchyma cells. So found, where it is found is seeds. Also the husk of the tree, of the coconut. If you see this husk, the husk of a coconut, this husk is where you will find sclerenchyma. Okay, coconut husk. Also you can find in old stems, the stems which are already old, the outer covering of the stems which will protect the plant, there you will find sclerenchyma. Okay, we saw what is the function is for protection and support. We also see the where it is found. And last, the cell wall. It has special deposit which makes the cell very hard because of the chemical which is called as lignin is present in it. The chemicals which are called lignin, it is deposited all around the cell, which gives the cell hardness. The cells are usually long. I'll just draw small cells. Okay, they are like this, long cells. They are all long, and the cell wall is made up of lignin. So this was about the permanent, simple permanent tissues. What we did, we studied about parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. That's all from this point, that is simple permanent. In your next video you will see the complex permanent. So thank you students for watching.